Alright, it is FrOzenSwipe here, and I got a game of Kill Confirmed. This time I'm playing on the map Hardhat, and something that I've definitely noticed about this map, and you guys have probably noticed it too, anyone who's ever played this map has probably noticed it, but I don't know why, but everyone just loves that tunnel in the middle of the map. I don't know, everyone just flocks straight to that tunnel. You can see my entire team just flocking in the direction of that tunnel. Now, just make a quick note of the starting route that I made at the very start of this game. As you can see, I come up here, I pick them off before they get to the tunnel, because I know that's where they're going to flock to, and I managed to pick up 3 easy kills, or at least before I explode. That was unfortunate, but if I didn't explode, I could have easily gotten maybe a couple more, gotten my Predator missile, what have you. But I mean, that was 3 easy kills, basically out of nothing, right off the bat. So I mean, you should definitely, keep that route in mind. And to be honest, just try to avoid that tunnel. I don't know why everyone is so obsessed with that tunnel. Personally, I feel that you're better off just sticking around the outsides of the map. That's what I do for the majority of this game, and it's what I do pretty much any time I play this map. I like to stick to the outsides because I don't really like going in the middle. The middle is a little bit of a clusterfuck, to be quite perfectly honest. So I don't like getting involved in clusterfucks. I just don't like it, okay? So, pro tip, stick to the outside of the map. But I do realise that, I'm kind of rambling on here. I kind of want to go into the topic that I actually want to talk about in this commentary, which is the damage proficiency glitch. Now, if you don't already know, there was a glitch that basically allowed you to use a damage proficiency, which is usually only available for the shotguns, and apply that proficiency onto any weapon in the game. You could use it on assault rifles, SMGs, snipers, LMGs, whatever. You could use it on anything. And as I've already said in my first impressions video, the guns in Modern Warfare 3 practically already have stopping power built into them, and the damage proficiency essentially does the exact same thing as stopping power in previous Call of Duty games. It gives you an extra 40% damage of 40% damage, and could you imagine another 40% on top of the damage that these guns already do? That would be pretty ridiculous. But this is a glitch that could be exploited right from day one. But it was something that no one had ever come across. It was never a problem. I had never been killed by it personally. At least until Robert Bowling came out and he put out a tweet saying, "We are fully aware of the damage proficiency glitch, and me and my team are currently working on a patch to fix it," or something to that effect. I don't know I can't quote the actual tweet, I can't remember it, but I mean, it was something like along those lines, right? And then everyone read this tweet and they went, wait, what damage proficiency glitch? So I mean, out of curiosity, obviously they're going to Google it, or they're going to search it on YouTube or whatever, and they're bound to run into one site that, or at least one video or one site or something, that'll, it'll explain the damage proficiency glitch and how to do it, and then they'll kind of, what happened was, they realized, wow, this is going to make me absolutely invincible in this game. I'm gonna go ahead and use it. So what happened was, because Robert Bowling tweeted that out and it was viewed by thousands of people started using the damage proficiency glitch. And I mean, there were a couple of days there where it got quite ridiculous. It was quite easy to run into a lobby where there was at least one douchebag doing it. It wasn't like every single player was doing it, but I mean, there were a fair few out there, and it really did ruin the experience for everyone else. And to be honest, it would have been so much better if Robert Bowling had just kept his mouth shut and said nothing and just waited for the patch. If he said nothing until after the patch, then there wouldn't have been a problem. Now, I know what you guys are probably going to say, well, aren't you just as bad as Robert Bowling for making this video about it? Well, no, I'm not, for 2 very simple reasons. The first one is, quite honestly, this video is never going to get maybe more than 30 views. No more than maybe 30 or so people are ever going to see this video. So, I mean, that doesn't really matter. I mean, compared to the hundreds of thousands who would have seen that tweet from Robert Bowling, yeah, it's quite minuscule. The other one would be, the glitch has been patched. So even if you find out how to do it, I'm not going to tell you how to do it, but even if you go ahead and search it and find out how to do it, you wouldn't be able to. So I wouldn't even advise that you even attempt to try it, because Infinity Ward are really slamming down on people who are exploiting glitches, which is good to see. But it can be a little unfair if you did a glitch of some sort and you didn't realize they were going to get punished for it. Something that actually happened to my friend. I mean, he used the prestige token glitch, which effectively gives you like practically an unlimited amount of prestige tokens, and he didn't know that you could be punished for this. So when he turned on his PlayStation one day and realized that he'd been set back to level 1. And well, not all of his stats had been reset. Some of his stats had been reset. only the good stats were reset, you know, like only his kills were reset and his wins, whereas his like deaths and his losses, they weren't reset. So like, I mean, he looks at his he looks at the leaderboards and sees he has like 0 kills but like 10,000 or so deaths. So I mean, that just like isn't fair. He's never gonna have a half decent kill death or win loss ratio, no matter how much he plays. So I mean, that really is quite mean, to be quite perfectly honest, because it really does fuck up with your stats. So I mean, if you do come across a glitch, I really do recommend that you don't try and use it, or don't try to exploit the game in any way, because it just isn't worth it. I mean, what, you get like maybe a couple of days of shits and giggles, people find out about it, and then it gets patched and you get banned and you get your stats reset, you know. Is it really worth it? Because quite personally, you know, quite frankly, I personally, if I came into some sort of glitch that I could exploit and would make me better at the game, regardless of whatever game it may be, I wouldn't tell anyone about it. I wouldn't even use it, because I mean, you know, I mean, especially in Call of Duty, because why would I bother exploiting the game to do well when, you know, I can already do well without exploiting the game? I mean, that doesn't really make sense. Why go through the effort? The other thing would be, you know, if I start using it, or if I start telling people about it, then more people, they're going to tell more people, and then more and more people are going to use it, and they're going to start using it against me, which is obviously going to annoy me. But, you know, not only that, but, you know, it's going to ruin the game for everyone else. So all I do is I'll keep it on the down low, and I'd send a message to the developer of, you know, whatever game it is, and that would be it. Because I mean, if it was only me that knows, even if the developer don't see my message and they don't patch it, if it was only me that knows and I keep my mouth shut, then it's not a problem. Whereas if, you know, some people would be of the opposite opinion, you know, if there's a public outcry for a glitch, then, you know, the developers will have no option but to patch it. And I mean, I can see where they're coming from, but it doesn't quite work, for one, you know, simple reason is that there was a public outcry for one-man army noob tubes to be patched or fixed in some way, and, you know, we never got that. Fair enough, Infinity Ward, they went ahead and they nerfed the Model 1887s, but they didn't do anything about one-man army noob tubes, and there was definitely a public outcry for that, but yet we still got squat. So I mean, that's not necessarily the case, but I mean, there are so many glitches in this game, so many exploitable glitches, that I really think this game should have had a beta or something, because I mean, there were so many glitches in this game, like the stealth bomber glitch, the prestige token glitch, the damage proficiency glitch obviously, and so many more. I really do hope that the next Call of Duty game has an open beta, so that, you know, we can all get a crack at the game and try and break it as much as possible. And so hopefully that when the game actually ships, you know, we won't have all these glitches, and we won't have all of these people cheating, and we won't have to get our stats reset or anything like that. So I really do hope that the next game has a beta. There is a rumor that the next Call of Duty game will have a beta, so hopefully that does come true. That would be very nice. But anyway, the gameplay is just wrapped up here. It's been FrOzenSwipe. I hope you've enjoyed. Thank you for watching.